Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Toppers World. My name is Praveen Kumar and today in this video I am going to show you some very interesting and practically possible tips that you can apply in your real IELTS exam, and if you successfully use these tips, definitely you will get 6+ band in your IELTS reading exam, and that is in your first attempt. So let's see what those tips are. So first tip is that how to start your reading test. So in real exam you don't have much time to think about from which passage you should start. So what my tip is, this tip is you should immediately start from passage 1, and you can take my words, this is the easiest one. This is the easiest one to start your reading passage, and don't bother about much at this stage of timing. Just start your reading and let yourself warm up and take anything between 20 to 25 minutes for this passage. I just want that this passage you should be able to accomplish completely by thorough understanding, because reason is that this is the passage which will fetch you the highest score, as the most of the question in this passage are blanks and plus maybe yes, no or true false type. Okay, so they are the easiest one to attempt, and throughout your IELTS reading practice you have seen that the first passage is easy. So do not waste your time in deciding that whether should I start from the first passage or second or third, or I should read the outlines first, headings first to decide that with which passage I am already familiar with. These things are just waste your time. You should straightforwardly make your 100% mind that I will begin my task from the passage 1. Okay, after that, in the passage 1 you will get blanks. In passage 1 you will get blanks. Okay, so what you need to do in order to attempt blanks, first you will find that there are any proper nouns, in any blank you find any name of any person, or if you find any date or year or anything which you find that is very unique. So that is your keyword that will help you to find out the location. Sometimes what happens in a passage 1, there is a first paragraph but there is no blank from that paragraph, and you keep searching in that paragraph, and that is just a wastage of your time. So you have to locate first keyword, and when you find keywords in the blanks, go to the passage and search that keyword over there. And suppose you get the keyword like something like after 7-8 sentences, there is your keyword. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to read 2, 3, 4 sentences before that keyword, because there might be chances that answer to the first or second blank may be just above that keyword. So it's not necessary that you need to read after the keyword. So many students make this mistake, so you should not do this mistake. And second thing is, in the blanks, search for articles like a and the. Sometimes there are blanks, and just before that blank, for example, there is written the, and after that there is a blank, and then other words, and there are other words. Okay, so search the in the passage. Most probably in the 99% cases what happens, in the passage where article the is there, after that whatever the word over there is, most probably that is your answer in the question sentence. So locate for a and the, and that will help you to find. Especially an is very useful because after an, every word that comes, that is the beginning letter of that word is vowel or produce vowel sound. So in this way certain tips are there that you find very useful. Let me give you one example in case of an. Suppose there is an and after that there is a blank, and the chances are that the word over there either will begin from a, e, I, o, u, or having sound of these. Okay, so there may be possible like an umbrella. Okay, so look for these kind of hints over there. Then when you are doing blanks, you also have other questions as well, like true, false, not given. Usually there are 7 to 8 blanks in the passage 1, and along with that if you have other questions like true, false, not given, that could be 4 or 5. Usually true, false, not given in first passage, they are after the blanks. Where the blanks finishes, after that the next para will be related to true, false, not given. Again the same trick you have to use. Find out any unique word in true, false, not given. Maybe there is a first true, false sentence, second, third, 4, 5 are there. Suppose there is a one name or one institution name or any proper word is there, proper noun is there. Locate this, where is this word in the passage, and again 2-3 sentences before that passage try to find out the answer of the question statement, whatever there is. So in this way you will be able to quickly reach the location where the most probably the answer could be. Okay, then there are tips for true, false and not given, but I just want that in the passage 1 you should do true, false, not given not by using any tip, by understanding, because they're easy at this stage. You do not need to make any guess. I just want that if you have some words like only, like any statement contains word only. For example, the question is mangoes are produced in Punjab only. Okay, so this only word over there, like I just write over here, mangoes are produced in Punjab only. Okay, this is your information sentence in the passage, and the question is lots of mangoes are produced in Punjab. The information matches, the answer is true. Okay, mangoes are produced in all over the world, but here it says that only Punjab. So if the question is mangoes are produced in all over the world, it means that this sentence does not match and the answer is false, because it says only Punjab and the question say all over in the world, so that will be false. If the question says that apples are also produced in Punjab, but there is no information in the passage about apples, so clearly that will be not given. So in this way you will attempt true, false, not given type questions or yes, no, not given type questions. And the tip is, when you have certain comparisons in true, false, like for example Punjab produces more mangoes than Uttar Pradesh. So comparison is there. So very high chances are that this will be not given, but you should cross check it, because sometimes if this is given then it will be either true or false. So 99% chances are that it will be not given, but still there is a scope for 1%, and that I want that you should clear it by reading the passage information. However, if you don't have time, then you can make it not given. Okay, So passage 1 is done, and suppose you have spent 25 minutes on passage 1, and very high chances, if you are average English user, understand passages, understand questions, so out of 13 questions, I take 10. If you make 10 correct out of 13, then you need 13 more to get the score of 23, which is 6 band. Okay, so we got 10 in the first passage, and this is easily done. Many students in my own institute, I have seen that many students easily get 10 out of 13 in the first passage, and I suppose that if you follow this method and if you have done some honest practices, then most probably you will also be able to get 10 out of 13 in the first passage. Now we come to passage number 2. Passage 2. Now the level of language is a bit tough, and but it's not impossible. You can do this passage 2 as well with comfort, and I want that you should spend 20 minutes on this. 20 minutes on this passage, and you have to finish the things within 20 minutes. If some questions you are not able to attempt, just leave them and do them in the last moment just by making guesswork, because all 40 questions to be done sincerely by reading, it's quite difficult, it's a challenging if you are not very fast in English reading. So passage 2, most probably there will be headings. Now you will get headings plus researchers or scientists and what they said and what are their statements in the passage. You have to match with them. So what I want that at this stage you do both kind of questions simultaneously by saving your time. You know that in IELTS time is success. If you are able to do your questions within time frame, the very high chances are that you will get good band score. So how you can save your time? You should attempt both kind of questions all together. It will help you to save your time. And first of all, what you need to do for list of heading, you need to read all the statements. Statement questions like headings, what I mean to say, heading statements, maybe 7 or 8 heading statements will be there. Read them. Not simply read them, also try to get the meaning behind those sentences. For example, if there is a statement like earlier efforts of making glass. Earlier efforts of making glass, or we can say that efforts made by scientists in the past to produce glass. So clearly this is telling us about the history of glass. Okay, so you need to go to those passages where there are dates like 5 centuries ago, 6 centuries ago, in the past, in the long past. So that is the paragraph which you need to pay maximum attention. Okay, when I say that you need to read the statements and try to find out the meaning, it means that already the picture of paragraph is in your mind. When you read question statement, okay, so for example, there is a statement like Japan made more advancements in field of glass making. Okay, so now you need to focus on that paragraph where there is a word Japan, where there is a word of production, development, new inventions, new innovations. So you need to search for these words or these kind of sentences which exactly represent your information sentence. So in some of headings are very easy to find out. For example, if there is a heading which tells us that meaning and definition of molecular energy. Suppose this is a physics term, or we can say that earlier efforts made by the scientists about global warming, or there are certain importance of glass technology, importance of use of fertilizers in agriculture. So these kind of very bold statements, meaning, importance, functions, nature, they are all usually in the first or second A or B paragraphs. You will find them. So you need to focus on these two paragraphs in case of importance, meaning, nature, definition of something. Okay. Suppose you have read a statement like efforts of different nations to control global warming in future. Okay, so future is there. So naturally, there will be you will find such paragraph which is having estimations or some data related to upcoming years, like 20 years. In next 20 years, next 30 years, in upcoming years, and there is a mentioning of different nations, what the efforts they are making. So definitely this paragraph which is having sentences will be, shall be, or it is estimated that. So reflection of future would be there. So that paragraph will be your answer for the given question. Some list of headings you will find in the first 2-3 lines of the paragraph. Some you will find in the end, and maybe there are 2-3 headings. For that you need to read even the middle part of the paragraph. So there are different kinds of list of headings, which some are very easy. In first 2 lines, just to read the statements and read the 2-3 lines, you will get it. But some you will not. Then it means that you have to dig deeper. And I have seen that sometimes what the students do, they do not read that part where the answer is. They just read 2-3 lines before and make a wrong judgment. So you need to scan quickly and find that part where the required information is. Okay, so after list of headings, then I told you that there are questions related to researchers. So when you will do your list of headings, in that paragraph you will also find the name of the scientists, or name of the researchers, or name of the writers. So whatever they said, you just underline that part. Okay. After finishing headings and go to the questions of researchers, read the name of the scientist. Name of the scientist, suppose scientist name is Newton. Okay. So you just go to the Newton in the paragraph which you have already underlined and read the sentences before that name and after that name, because sometimes the scientists say something and that sentence is written before and the name of the scientist is written later. So so in that case you need to read this just a sentence before the name of the writer as well. So in this way you will find the information over there and come back, match the information and the writer's name, and in this way that part of your reading test will also be done, and it will help you to save your time. Now moving to passage 3rd. Okay, suppose you did passage 2 in 20 minutes and you are able to get out of 13 7 correct. 10 you have already done, and now you need 6 more to get 23, and these 6 correct answers you will get from the passage 3, and I am taking these minimum scores. It does not mean that you will only get 6 or 7, you may also be get more than that. Now passage 3, very important, but it's a bit difficult, and by the time when you will reach the passage 3, your energy level will also be down. So try to get your energies back by having a deep breath and tell your mind that you need to focus most of the maximum at this passage. Now in this passage again, what is happening nowadays, there are blanks, usually 5-6 blanks are there, then maybe true false not given, and MCQs, yes, MCQs are there. So generally what happens, I am a bit wrong here, MCQs are first MCQs, then blanks, and then true false not given. This is not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes the order may change. So suppose you get 4 MCQs and you get 5 blanks, and you will get 4 true false or not given. There may be blanks +1 6 or -1, something like that, 3 true false and 6 blanks. So I assume that there are 5 blanks and 4 true false type questions. Now MCQs, if you throughout your practice suffered badly from MCQs, so I just say that ignore them at this stage, focus on blanks. Easier, same strategy that was in the passage 1 again here. Level will be little bit difficult, but they can be done if you do them honestly, sincerely, with concentration. And again strategy same, true false not given. Out of these 9 or 10 questions, suppose you are able to make 5 correct, you need to make 1 correct in MCQs. That MCQs you can do by reading or you can do by just making guess. If you have a time, you should do MCQs by reading. Read the MCQ question, go to the passage, find location again the same way. Normally in these days the location is given. They say that in paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Sometimes they do not. So suppose if first question of MCQ you do not be able to find any keyword, then go to the second. There will be any keyword. Okay, find the location, do that question, and before that the answer of the earlier MCQ would be there. So read an MCQ question, find the location over there, read the answer and try to match with the options over there. But this thing you have to do very quickly. What I want that you should at least have 2-3 minutes left in the end to go through all the questions once again and find out if there is any that you have skipped earlier, not attempted earlier. Do that question by making a fluke or any guess, so that you should be able to do all the 40 in 60 minutes, and the result will be wonderful. Result will be in favor of you, and you will get at least 6.5 band if you follow my plan of attempting IELTS reading module. So guys, I hope that you have watched this video sincerely from beginning to end. There are lots of important things I discussed. If you like this video, tell me in the comment box, and also watch my other videos on true false not given, which I have given in details. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.